What's up, everybody? It's your main man, Bam Net, back again. Okay, welcome back to the Not Your Mama's Fantasy Football League. Oh, you mate. We got ourselves the week 13 power rankings, right? I think. Man, I don't even know. I didn't do one of these videos last week. It was Thanksgiving. I took the week off. Inadvertently, I just got lazy. Therefore, here we are now. So we're going to start with the 12th place team. Oh, wait. What am I thinking? Say. Okay, we're back, and now the 12th place team, of course, it's Team Robs. Team Robs had a pretty rough year this year and last year. My notes say that he is not just 1-12, he is 1-26. He went completely winless last year. So what this man is doing is not favorable. We'll move on to the 11th place team. 11th place team in these year rankings, and it is Kids College Funds, baby. Kids College Funds, 11th place, 4-9, didn't get the job done. And overall, this season, I'm going to blame C.J. Stroud and Drake London, and also Jalen Waddle and Justin Jefferson. I think all those guys, Justin Jefferson, Jalen Waddle, and Drake London should have been stellar all year, every week. And they haven't been. There's a lot of reasons why. And so we just got unlucky with all three of those picks. None of those guys has had consistent quarterback play. And then Jalen Waddle is a number 2. Now he's thrust into being a number 1. And that's just not his bag, baby. So, better luck next year. To Corey, Merry Christmas. We're going to move right along to the 10th place team. 10th place team in these year rankings, and it is Weekend at Logan's. Logan's watching Miss Rachel right now, I think. So, the Weekend took the L. I started the season 4-1. Riding that high. Only to go 1-7 over the last 8 weeks. I've struggled to get even 100 points any week, with the exception of just a couple. So what can be done? Start preparing for next year. That's where I'm at. So we'll move on to the 9th place team. 9th place team in these year rankings, and it is Betta with Chedda. 5-8. Ben lost. Scored 69 points. Jonathan Taylor was the brightest spot of this team. I am talking in past tense because there's only 2 weeks left. I would have talked more about this last week, about how some teams have kind of just the ground has fallen. And so I'm reiterating that now. Lamar Jackson also had a ho-hum season. So you'd think Jonathan Taylor, Lamar Jackson, that should carry you. And it did not. So Merry Christmas to Ben and to all a good night. Move on to the 8th place team. 8th place team in these here rankings, and it is. It's Dork. Dork comes in the 8th place spot. Again, this team, guys like Josh Allen, Travis Kelce, productive for pretty much all the year. But outside of that, this team has struggled. A lot of inconsistencies. Look at Saquon Barkley, probably the greatest example of a guy that was picked high and just didn't live up to billing. And we got to say better luck next year as well to this team. We'll move right along to the 7th place team. Lucky number 7. 7th place team in these year rankings, and it is... it's grand salami time. Katie's team. Katie was one of the top teams for a bit there. And, she just has had a bad luck of matchups and, went up against fancy lads. That's always a tough task. And even though this team has Mahomes, James Cook, and Bijan Robinson, stellar fantasy contributors. They got 82.5 points, just those three. Those three guys alone would have beat 4 teams this week in our league. However, guys like T. Higgins, Roma Dunze, and Khalil Shakir combined for less than 3 points. So you're going to have some troubles. I did see that had she played the Bills defense and TJ Hawkinson instead of T. Higgins and the Texans defense, would have finished with 127 points in the win. So there you have it. This team is technically not out of the playoffs. I don't know. She could defeat Darren and Tanner in the final weeks, go to 8-7, and maybe have a shot if all the other teams like Darren and Tanner and Michael and Andrew lose out. I don't even know if that'll work. Time will tell. Move on to the 6th place team. The 6th place team that they're ranking is it's a ghost. This guy won with only 73 points. You'll take it. I'll take that all day. What do we got? Amon Ra got like 0 points. Hopefully, he's okay. This team, in case you were wondering, they got Puka. They got Jalen Hurts and Stafford. Jacoby Myers is having a resurgence playing with the Jacksonville Jaguars. I think he's their number one guy. It's a solid squad. Got to turn up the heat. They're 8-5, which means they are technically tied for 3rd place. So things are about to get very muddy in these waters over the final 2 weeks. Puka goes to Bongtown, plays against who? Betta with Chedda and Moldy Biscuits. Gonna have to win to separate yourself. Otherwise, it's going to get into weird, tie breaks, point differentials, and blah, 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 blah. I really hope I don't have to look into math. So, guys, do me a favor. Just make it math easy for me. Win, lose, draw, whatever. Next, 5th place team is Deez Nix. Deez Nix. Tanner got the win. Staying in the hunt. What can we say? If Brock Bowers can get 20 points and RJ Harvey can get 20 points, then this becomes a very dangerous team. This is not a team you want to mess with, but they're kind of a fluky team. I would love nothing more than for our man Tanner to make the playoffs, and who knows, maybe he could even win. Move on to 4th place team. 4th place team in these are rankings, and it is Way to go, baby! Woo! Woo! So, Darren defeated the Weekend, but not just that. He outscored the league, but not just that. He outscored the league in back-to-back weeks, Darren. Didn't see that coming. No one saw that coming. My notes are, I bet you didn't see that coming. Okay. This team's getting hot right at the right time. The playoffs are just around the corner. 8-5, but doesn't feel. I feel like this team is better than that record. Even, they got a lot of good players on this team. They just need to show up at the right time. And so far, last 2 weeks, maybe, or are they peaking too early? Time will tell. We'll move on to the 3rd place team. 3rd place team in these here rankings is Moldy Biscuits. Moldy Biscuits. My man Michael. He got the win even though Sam Darnold got 3 points. This team's got a lot of firepower. I think Jackson Smith and Jigba has some good-looking matchups over the course of the next month. So, therefore, Michael, his matchups against who? Master Cook goes to Bongtown. Definitely going to win. Definitely going to need to win at least one of those in order to keep a playoff spot. I have no doubt. If he loses both, he's out. Wins both, he's got a really good shot. Wins one, I don't know. Move on to the 2nd place team. 2nd place team in their rankings, and it is Master Cook. Allen got the win. Oh boy, he did, didn't he? Ooh, I got chills. They're multiplying. 9-4. Shut the door on these other teams, Allen. That's my notes. Shut the door on these other teams, Allen. I wrote that down. I typed it. That's not GPT. That's GP me. He will also probably need to win at least one of the next two matchups, those being against Moldy Biscuits and then the deplorable Team Robs. So, if Team Rob seems like a layup, obviously, historically, just hasn't been able to buy a win. So this is, and he's 9-4, so he's got one game ahead of all this guys over here at 8-5. It's a great place to be. Don't mess it up, Allen. Just if you beat Moldy Biscuits, go to 10-4, you're looking real good. So let's keep up the good work. I think the matchup here with Moldy Biscuits is what it comes down to. That's it. So for both y'all, that's going to be a major contest this week. Moving on to the top team, the number one team, and of course the number one team is Thanks lads. Yes, it is here. I've got the win again. 11-2 on the year. This team in the playoffs, obviously in the playoffs. I don't think there's anything anyone can do. No, he's in. Yeah. Locked it in. Probably locked it in last week. I think he locked it in when he decided to play this year at all. Can we have our first back-to-back champion in the Not Yo Mama's Fantasy Football League? I would love it. Let's get a Fancy Lads dynasty going on. Drake May looking good. Joe Burrow is back. Trey McBride, by the way, statistically the best tight end in the history of fantasy football as long as Jacoby Brissett is throwing him the ball. I saw this graph. It showed Trey McBride was at the top. 2025 Trey McBride, better than anybody you can think of. He's averaging a lot. What else? Dude's got Kyle Maningay, Jahmyr Gibbs, Egbuka, Tet McMillan, Kimani Vidal. These are the fantasy football names of this year. These are the guys that he bought low and now they're taking off when star players were bought high and they're falling down. This is the team to beat, number one team. We're all just watching Whitney, run away with this essentially. And maybe next year we should just Venmo Whitney the money. Just Venmo him. He can Venmo him half. He'd take us out back and kick us in the nuts. That's all I got. Cheers to you. Happy holidays, Merry Christmas, and take care of yourself. Bye.